What is up, pro wrestling fans? Happy Labor Day to everyone in America. And if you're not in America, just happy Monday. We are Squared Circle Speak. And today I am Ryan, being joined by my co-host. I couldn't think of a nickname this time. It's Nathan.
Uncle Sam. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's let's knock this out here, Ryan. We're gonna do some WWE speak for you guys today.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Our Bash and Berlin and No Mercy reviews will be up Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday we will have our All Out predictions, and tomorrow will be our AEW speak on AEW. So a lot of pay-per-views going on, but let's get into the go-home shows of the week for WWE as we go on the road to Bash and Berlin and No Mercy. Raw kicked off with a Judgment Day and LWO segment here. They went on and talked for a while, and then it just led to an 8-man tag between the Judgment Day and the LWO, with the Judgment Day getting the win. And then the Terror Twins came out afterwards and hit Carlito and McDonough with a Riptide in South of Heaven. And once again, Rhea Ripley gets involved with JD. I mean, Rhea Ripley has beat up JD McDonough, I think, every week in a row, or like 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This new Judgment Day is not looking very strong.
No, they didn't look good here. I mean, they won this match, but then they immediately got beat up. So very weird.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where we're heading with this new Judgment Day. Damage Control took on the Pure Fusion Collective. Damage Control gets the win after Io Sky took out Baszler with the moonsault, and then Kairi Sane hit the insane elbow on Zoe Stark to get the win. Yeah, I mean, again, that's another team, brand new Pure Fusion Collective, and they're not looking very hot either.
Yeah, what's up with that? This booking is very weird.
Then we had Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Had their CM Punk or Drew McIntyre came out, talked about Punk, and then Punk came out with the leather strap and just whooped everybody's ass with it.
Mm-hmm.
This was pretty good lead up to their strap match at Bash in Berlin. Because you've only let Punk get a little bit of revenge on McIntyre here. It's been a little bit. They haven't touched in a while, and so Punk finally got his hands on him. So really good build. This has been probably the best build other than Rhea and Liv in the company right now, I'd say.
Right.
So then we had the triple threat number one contenders match when Jey Uso, Karrion Kross, and Kofi Kingston. Winner of this will move on to the fatal four-way match next week or tonight for the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Decent match here. Jey gets the win though, and he moves on to the number one contender, to the main of the whatever, the triple threat. Jesus Christ, I completely.
It's a fatal four-way, ain't it?
Huh?
It's a fatal four-way, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a fatal four-way. Wait, man, is that 2 weeks from now or is that next week? I don't remember when this.
I don't know who qualified so far.
I don't fucking have a clue, dude.
All right. We're really kicking this thing's ass here.
Let me look that up, and then I'll get back to you. Yeah, I don't remember what's on. Was this the second week of the tournament, or was this the first week of the tournament? I can't remember.
I don't know first.
Yeah, this was the first week.
Okay,
so we'll have 2 more matches tonight.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Sorry about that.
Jesus.
So Randy Orton cut a promo. You know, it was what it was.
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird seeing Orton as like this good guy baby face. I like the fans. Like, it's just weird.
It's not normal Randy Orton, and I don't know. Like I said, I hope he goes heel again eventually before he retires, because that's the way Randy Orton is. That's how he is at his best.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad guy, asshole Randy Orton's the best. Then we had one of the best things I've seen in a long time. Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. This was a big fight, two big meaty men slapping me.
Oh, good lord.
It ended up going outside. Reed hit Strowman with a lead pipe at one point, and then Strowman was on the roof of a car, and Reed climbs up on this little ledge and does a tsunami on top of the roof of a car onto Braun Strowman. I mean, this was just insane.
Yeah.
Good lord, they are pushing Bronson Reed. Let me tell you, and I'm all for it. But yeah, Bronson Reed destroys Strowman here. If he don't get some sort of title match eventually, like something's wrong.
Yeah, he definitely needs either a IC or a world. You know, this is where I know you don't like a lot of belts. Because I know you when you look at AEW, you say, God, there's so many friggin' belts.
Yeah,
This is where I feel like WWE's main roster needs another belt on each show, just because.
they have speed.
Okay, I'll come through this one. Anyway, so because you got this guy who's on a roll, but where does he go? You know.
Yeah, because if you look at Raw, you've got two champions who both just won their titles
Mm-hmm.
and are not going to lose them anytime soon. So
Yeah, I mean, you've had Sheamus who's on a little bit of a roll. Where does he go?
yeah,
And then on SmackDown, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, it's like I don't see LA Knight losing that belt anytime soon. So where
or
do they go?
Cody. Yeah, or Cody.
Or so I'm just like they need. I feel like they need another belt on each show, like a TV title on one, and I'm telling you, when they go to Raw or when Raw goes to Netflix, you gotta have a Netflix title, Ryan.
We're not going to be AEW. Maybe make it the Internet Championship or something, but we're not going to go AEW naming the belt after a channel.
The Netflix
I
championship.
hate the TNT and TBS championships. I think those are the worst names ever. They should
Have
just
a
rename them the television titles and be done with it.
have a giant red N on
That would be so
it.
dumb.
And
That'd be worse than the Speed Championship.
anyway, yeah, he definitely needs to get a shot at something.
Yeah. It's just gonna suck because if he does end up fighting Braun Breaker, Breaker's probably winning. So, like I don't know where we go with Bronson Reed, but they are pushing him finally. It took him a little bit, but the other triple threat match tonight was Miz, Xavier Woods, and Pete Dunne. This was a pretty good match. The ending came. Woods hit the limit break elbow, whatever. He got a 2 count as Dunn pulled the referee out of the ring. He then hit Woods with a pump kick and then hits the bitter end to get the win. So Pete Dunne joins Jey Uso in the fatal 4-way. The other two matches tonight in the triple threat match, number one contender thing, Bronson Reed, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser will be in one. And the other one will be Ilya Dragunov, Dragon Lee, and Dominic Mysterio.
There's a lot of good people. When you look at Raw, they're kind of stacked.
Yeah. So I don't know who's winning those. They could have Bronson Reed lose without getting pinned. So we'll see there. And the other one could be high flying. Ilya, Dragon, and Dominic could be a really good match.
Yeah, I'm glad Dragon Lee's getting to wrestle again.
Yeah. I don't know if he got injured or what, but he just wasn't around for a while. So then our main event was Chad Gable versus Uncle Howdy. What did you think, Nathan, of Uncle Howdy / Bray Wyatt's or / Bo Dallas's return to the ring?
Well, it was okay. He had some rust for sure. Hasn't wrestled since 2019. Had a little rust, but it wasn't a horrible match. Man, if I'm Chad Gable, I'm starting to question why I resigned. I mean, yeah, you got a new group and stuff, and you're on TV, but man, he's losing all the time.
Well, yeah, but at least he's on TV.
Yeah, but I thought he was gonna be like, I thought they were setting him up to, get these guys together. They're gonna be like, Kurt Angle and the world's greatest tag team back in the day, but instead they're just losing all the time. I don't know
Yeah,
what's going on. I don't like it.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Uncle Howdy does get the win here, obviously. It was a decent match, like you said. Bo Dallas again, and with Bo Dallas, he was never the greatest in-ring performer. Uh, so we'll see what it does. I mean, he's got this new group with him, and we'll see where this progresses. I don't know if the story with Chad Gable is now over, and they move on to something else. The thing with these kind of groups, and it was the same with the like Wyatt family. It's like event. Like, what do you do with them? Like, do they want championships? Like, what do they want?
Yeah, no, that's the problem with this thing is that they need to and they need to not let it be a mystery. They need to establish what they're there for and actually, so they have a
Yeah, and
goal.
if they're just there for Bray Wyatt's legacy or whatever, that's one thing. But what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to get championships? Are you to build the legacy? Or are you just trying to? I just don't know what their goal is right now.
And I don't know who they feud with next.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe we'll get some more clarity tonight on Monday Night Raw, the Labor Day edition. So NXT, we're on the road. This is their go home show to No Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
We kicked it off with Fatal Influence versus Metaphor. Fatal Influence, if you don't know who that is JC Jane, Fallon Henry, and Jasmine Nix's new group. So they took on Metaphor, which is Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. This was decent. JC Jane and Fallon Henry are obviously better than Jackson and Legend in the ring. And they get the win here. So I guess this group's actually winning matches.
Yeah. Jakara Jackson, she hasn't had a whole lot of ring time, honestly, especially on TV. So,
Yeah.
but Lash Legend, she's been decent
I
lately.
think Lash is underrated. I really like Lash. She's big. So I think that's why some people think she's not very good because she's so much taller than everybody else.
Yeah,
Uh,
and she's been there since the beginning of this new regime.
yeah.
And I'm not sure why she hasn't got called up yet.
Yeah, I don't know either. But Lash is pretty good. Fallon Henley and Jason Jane are both pretty good in the ring as well. So this was a decent little match here. The second match was Carmen Petrovic and Izzy Dame. Once again, another women's match. Two in a row here. Petrovic she's getting better. Izzy Dame is, I mean, you got to
I
build
don't
these.
know why Izzy Dame's on TV.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, I
gonna
know
just
you
let
gotta get
somebody-
them built
I'm just
up,
gonna come
and
right out. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I don't understand her gimmick. She don't have a gimmick. She's just a bigger chick, and she's like a taller chick, and that's kind of her gimmick. And it made sense when she was with somebody.
yeah, she used to be with
Now,
Kiana James, and now she's by herself, and she's just kind of there.
yeah, and there's a bunch of those. Like I don't know how there's like at least 7 chicks down here in NXT that they come on the screen and I'm just looking at them like, well, she just looks like a cookie cutter chick. I don't know I don't know what her gimmick is. She's just got a weird name and that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't understand what's going on in NXT with the women's division on that front.
they do have a lot of younger women that they're still that need to establish more on who they are and what their gimmick is, and
They
uh,
shouldn't have rid of the women's tag team titles. That way, like I get that you have a mid card title now, so that's good.
yeah,
But you shouldn't have got rid of the NXT women's tag team titles because at least that was another thing where you could take some of these girls and make them teams so they actually feel like they're doing something and they have something else besides just being just another chick on the roster.
yeah, yeah. They do have a lot, and it's weird that you know like I said, they're just gonna have to get some of these women what they're because you got people like Kendall Gray
Yeah.
and like Carly Bright and Brindley
Yep.
Reese and like all these
Uh-huh.
women that are just there, and it's
Yep.
like who are they and what makes them stand out compared to the Sol Rukas and the everybody else on this freaking roster.
But and the like we said before, the problem is the main roster's got so many women that I can't see them getting called up.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened to Kiana. Where happened to Kiana James?
Yeah, I know. She got called up and now is doing absolutely nothing. So, oh, maybe
So
hopefully we can get some
I feel
finding
like
out of
WWE,
these.
you know, if this TNA thing works, and maybe they can establish one with, I don't know, New Japan or somebody also or something, or I guess not New Japan since I don't know. If they can establish some, some kind of agreements with these other people, other companies. Maybe send some of these some women from the main roster and NXT, send them other places and let them you know get
Yeah.
experience there and get make their names there. So that way, because you just got too many.
Yeah, I mean they do have a sort of establishment with Marigold.
Yeah,
So maybe they can work some out there. I know they do stuff with who is it? Is it All Japan or it's not All Japan, it's
Noah.
Noah. So I mean they do have some other things that they do stuff with. So yeah, maybe they can work with Marigold and send some of these women over there to Japan and wear in that style and
Well,
come
it's
up
just
with something
like
because
just on the main roster, like there's just too many.
yeah. Yeah, it's getting and then they keep bringing in more every week, and it seems like we have more women here, and a lot of them I don't know who they are and why they're there and what their gimmick is. They're just another smiley baby face.
Yeah,
So they're gonna have to. There's too many. They're all the same. All these they're all like gymnasts and stuff, and they all. It's like you got to come up with something else.
yeah.
So then we had the Jada Parker Roxanne Perez interview. They went back and forth.
This is very, very women heavy
Yeah,
on NXT.
Parker slapped Perez, and then at the end of the segment, she looked off camera and said, at someone who we didn't see, and she's like, "Why are you here?" And I've heard about you. So they were obviously teasing somebody, uh, showing up. So we'll tease there. Then we had the family versus the No Quarter Catch Crew in 6-person mixed tag team match. So another women's match here, technically, as Rizzo and Ren Sinclair were in this match.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ren Sinclair's another one.
she's kind of getting some sort of she's in the no quarter catch crew now though, so at least she's getting something.
Yeah,
She's got some sort of personality now.
it's
The
crazy.
family do get the win to beat the no quarter catch crew. Uh Zachary Wentz and Leslie had their segment as well. This has been personal between these two, obviously, and they went back and forth. Um, and talked about how they're going to win. Zach Wentz obviously is a TNA wrestler. He also wrestled on Friday last week, and won the X Division Championship. So he will be bringing the X Division title to No Mercy, which is just
Wow.
crazy. Just this, I still can't get over this NXT TNA thing. Like it's so weird to see. I never thought I'd see Zachary Wentz back in NXT.
Yeah,
And now here he is getting like a featured match one-on-one on a pay-per-view.
yeah.
Then we had another women's segment. Kalani Jordan and Wendy Chu had a really quick segment, which led to Kalani Jordan taking on Rosemary, who made her debut from TNA. She's someone that's been in TNA for so long that I'm surprised. I don't know if she just never wanted to, but I'm surprised she never got a look at anywhere else.
Yeah.
But Rosemary, looked decent here. She's not the greatest in-ring worker. It's more gimmick and more like, that kind of stuff with her, but she did look pretty good here. Kalani Jordan does get the win though, with the split-legged moonsault, and then Wendy Chu made Jordan pass out, and then Rosemary kind of handed her the title. So I do not know if this is going to be a long-term partnership between Rosemary and Wendy Chu. Based on what happened to No Mercy, it don't look like it, but you never know. We will see, I guess. Brooks Jensen beat Malik Blade. Joe Coffey beat Javon Evans. Then we had the Joe Henry concert to end the show. Ethan Page came out, and then at the end of the show, Ava said that Trick Williams will be the special guest referee. So Ava really just stacking the deck against Ethan Page here.
Yeah.
What the world?
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I get the beef a little bit, but it's like a little extreme.
I'm telling you right now, man. Ava is awful. I hate to say it, but they moved her from wrestling because she couldn't wrestle, but she can't talk either.
Yeah.
Her whole job is to talk, and she's not good at it. So I don't know. Yeah, this was, Ava might be the worst general manager of all time. I don't know. Mike Adamley was pretty bad. I don't know if she's worse than Mike. I mean, just bring back William Regal. Just bring him back and let him be fucking general manager. All right, on to SmackDown. LA Knight came out at the very start of the show, and he said he was gonna, you know, do an open challenge for the United States title. Germany's own Ludwig Kaiser interrupted, and from Raw, by the way. Ludwig Kaiser showed up and challenged him to the title. He said that if he wins, he's gonna make it the European Championship, basically.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was pretty cool. So LA Knight took on Ludwig Kaiser in a pretty good match, with LA Knight obviously getting the win and retaining the United States Championship.
Yeah, that was weird having Ludwig Kaiser.
It was in Berlin. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It took place in Berlin, so I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just very weird to have, again, we got Randy Orton over on Raw, and now we got Kaiser over here on SmackDown. It's just, I thought with Triple H in charge, this stuff wouldn't happen as much.
And then me too. And maybe after this pay-per-view, it will stop.
Yeah.
Also, we had another teaser for Giovanni Vinci.
He's coming next week. He's gonna wrestle. He's gonna be back next week, I guess. So
I hope they let him go. Like let him wrestle the way, because he reminded me of like Dean Malenko when he wrestled.
Yeah.
And I hope they let him go back to that. Like he can have the gimmick where he's rich or whatever it is, but let him wrestle like Dean Malenko.
Yeah, he's really good. Vinci was really underrated. I loved him when he was in NXT doing the Imperium stuff, and then when he actually became his own guy, I thought he was really good in the ring too.
I liked him way before that. Whenever he was by himself doing the Cruiserweight Classic and everything.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, the Cruiserweight Classic was good.
He was like, I mean, I'm telling you, man, he was like,
he's fluid.
Yeah.
And his moonsaults and stuff he can do is just so like, it's so crazy that he does it it's like just so smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty crazy. I think we're gonna have to, whenever all these pay-per-views are all over with, we might have to do a retro review of the Cruiserweight Classic.
There's like 18 episodes.
True.
But
I'm gonna have to make that a series. I don't know.
Yeah,
all right. What else happened on this show? We had another Andrade and Carmelo Hayes match.
So they wrestled again. Carmelo wins. Are they now 2-2?
I think so.
I think they're 2-2 now against each other. So I don't know if we're gonna go best of 7 here, but we've gone 4. So at least
don't understand. I get it, and it's cool, and Michael Cole is really putting it over.
Yeah.
But do you like these best of 7s, or do you think they make the wrestlers look not as strong because they're just, it's 50-50?
It's 50-50. That's the 100% like example of 50-50 booking is doing a best of seven series and having it go seven and then having a one win, one win. You know, they're having great matches against each other, but they each beat each other twice now, so I don't really know who's going to come out the winner here and who's coming out looking better if they're even, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're good matches. I can't complain that we're getting good matches every week. But at the same time, it's kind of like, where is this going and who's going to come out ahead after all this? Because I don't know if anyone's actually going to come out ahead when if they go seven matches or whatever. And I don't know. I've never really liked the best of seven series, but they've done it a couple times. I know they did one with Cesaro and Sheamus, and they did one in the WCW one, and then they did another one back in the day in WWE. But I never really liked them because I just don't like seeing the same match over and over and over because there's only so much you can change in the match to make it different when you're wrestling the same guy every week. So, elsewhere on this show, Los Garza beat Corbin and Cruz. I guess they're still a tag team. I'm not sure why they ever became a tag team, but they're still going together, I guess.
That such a weird tag team.
It is. They have nothing in common.
Yeah.
What did we? What happened to Corbin, man? He was so cool in NXT.
What
Like,
happened to Cruz, man? Freaking he needs to use his insight that he used to have to get himself out of this shit is what he needs to do.
forgot about I forgot about that shit in NXT where he could like
Yeah.
see the future or whatever.
And he needs to see himself a new future because
Oh
good
my
lord.
god. What was that shit, dude? Like that's
I
so
have no
Raven
idea.
shit.
Yeah. I have no idea.
All right. So Solo Sikoa's part of promo basically said whoever wins the match at Bash and Berlin, I'm coming after you. Then Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens had a segment. They went back and forth. Kevin kind of said, what, you wanted this. You know, you asked me to you wanted me to wrestle. You wanted me. He goes, so this is all on you. And he basically said, look, I know you're not 100%. I know you've got a hurt knee. And he says, so, it was, they're still friends. Uh, Apparently going into the show, and they said they were still going to be friends, but this was Kevin was getting close to that, prize fighter heel Kevin Owens in this thing because he said, look, he goes, I know you're not 100%. So and then they walked away, basically whispered in his ear saying, you asked for this.
Right.
So interesting. And then the main event was Nia Jax defending the women's championship against Michin in a street fight. Apparently, that's all Michin does now is wrestle street fights.
Yeah, she's the John Moxley of WWE's women.
Tiffany Stratton came in at one point, attacked Michin with her Money in the Bank. She thought there was a moment she was looking at Nia Jax, who was down, and she had the briefcase, but then Nia Jax kind of sat up and saw her, and Tiffany's like, no, no, no. And she dragged Jax on top of her. Michin kicked out. Bailey came in, took out Tiffany. And then Jax hit a Samoan drop through a table and then put a garbage can over Michin and then hit the Annihilator to win. That
That is
looked brutal.
that Annihilator was fucking Jesus.
Holy shit. And so Nia Jax retains the women's championship. So pretty good
Strong.
show to head into Bash in Berlin.
Yeah, she's a strong women's champion, man.
Yeah. And so a couple bit of news. Apparently, Asuka has reportedly signed a new deal with WWE. So she's going to stick around.
No, she hasn't been around, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, I think she's injured, but and so also tonight on Raw will be the debut of Joe Tessitore. We'll see how he can handle it if he does better than the other ESPN guys they brought in the past who have not worked out too well.
Do you think Big E, because of his neck, he doesn't want to travel a lot, so that's why he only does the pay-per-views? Because I think he should be a decent color commentator.
I think Big E could be great as a color commentator, and I really don't know why.
I think he doesn't want to travel.
Yeah, maybe. But I think it'd be crazy. Yeah, I think he'd be great. I think if Booker T ever leaves, Big E should come in and do NXT.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he should leave him.
Because I mean, I feel like he's still under contract with WWE. He's still doing stuff with them. So why don't they you know, use him? I don't know. Maybe it's his decision. Maybe he just don't want to.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else wrestling wise is news wise is kind of Bash in Berlin, No Mercy adjacent, and we'll talk about that later. But Karrion Kross did pitch an idea for a tournament to introduce a new title, Nathan.
Hey,
Said
here we go.
since he said, look, we got the stream, he goes, he took on social media on Saturday to pitch his idea for the introduction of an Extreme Wrestling Championship. Well, he says
Um,
no rules, no DQ, pinfall submission, or knockout only championship.
um,
So what do you think, Nathan?
so the hardcore title?
Yeah, essentially.
I mean,
Well, there's
oh,
but knockouts.
that's a whoa. Okay. Okay. I think he's stretching there. I don't see them going for that. I think if you're gonna make a new belt, like I said, it needs to be just another mid card title that people can go for. Because yeah, Karrion Kross. Do you know why he's pitching that, Ryan? Because he doesn't do nothing.
I mean, that's true.
He never wins a match. He's the leader of a group, but I don't know why this group's following him because he never wins a match.
That's true.
I don't know. Karrion Kross he's an enigma of a different kind. Like he's got a look, but he just has no. I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And they seem to like him, but they just don't let him do nothing. And he seems okay with it. I don't know. Very
And
weird.
yeah, they can come up. I mean, I think if you did, and we talked earlier about having other titles, and if you did it kind of like the speed title, but not really, but like you have a hardcore title and maybe a certain, just to make them different than just another mid card title. If you had a special rule set or something attached to it, it may go over better than just another title. You know what I mean? So if you
I
did
get it.
do like a hardcore title where at least it would be different matches and it wouldn't just be
You didn't
another
like
title for people to fight for. But then you're gonna go down the reign of 24/7 territory, so I don't know.
you don't want that again. You didn't like the European title and the TV title in WCW?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it, but yeah, also I don't know. I just don't want to muddy it up, man. Because we're gonna go down the territory of AEW where they have five singles titles in that company, and
You got too many people. People need belts. And they can be belts that don't be defended on PLEs. They can make that a stipulation. These are only TV belts.
yeah, like I guess they could do like the TV title where, yeah, I mean if they did to where they could only be defended on TV, that makes it, like I said, it's something different though. See, that's what I'm saying. I think you have to have some sort of, you got to make it different than just another championship. You've got to have either different match types or some stipulation on it to make it different than just having another title that's just going to be there,
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's going to wrap this up. Like I said, we will be having our uh, uh, Bash in Berlin and No Mercy reviews coming up Wednesday and Thursday this week. So if you're looking for those will be coming on later this week. So Nathan, unless you got anything else, I think we can wrap this one up and go on to tomorrow.
Yep. If you like this WWE Speak, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to hear more WWE Speak, and hit the notification bell and let you know when we're going to release more WWE Speak. And we will see you tomorrow for AEW Speak.
Yeah, and one more thing. The Mr. McMahon docu-series on Netflix is premiering on September 25th. That is going to be probably one of the most talked about things in the history of wrestling. And so I don't know if we'll talk about it, but I'm sure we will. We might do special episodes on that. But yeah, September 25th, the Vince McMahon Netflix documentary. So interesting there.
Yep.
So yeah, we will see you tomorrow for AEW. Have a good rest of your Labor Day, and we'll see you next time.